Hello, everyone, and welcome to Discover Joyous Love. I am your host, Anita DeFrancesco, Mondays with Anita. And today's topic is the little things matter. Everything has a concern. Now, you've heard the saying, don't sweat the small stuff. Well, guess what? You better start sweating the small stuff, because it's the small things, the little things in life that have a ripple effect and multiply to make your life greater, bigger, more successful. So all of these little things add up to be one big thing. And the more we honor and take the time and have a detail-oriented way of thinking and understanding the value of the little things in life, we can go further in our careers, in our relationships, in just about anything. But don't sweat the small stuff. That is a real negative saying. Do sweat the small things. And there are many things that are small in everyday life, like, for example, waking up, taking a shower, or preparing your lunch the night before. Now, by preparing your lunch the night before, what does that do? It has a ripple effect of dismissing your hunger pains at lunchtime, saving you time and effort to go out and get lunch while you're at the job or wherever you are that day. And that makes you stronger and more successful because you have energy, you have nutrition. So some people say, well, hey, it doesn't really matter if I eat lunch or not, but it does matter for the long term, for your health and for your energy and vitality in that moment, in that day. So everything we do from the time we wake up in the morning, if we're packing a suitcase, we're packing a suitcase to perhaps go away somewhere. But if we don't pack the suitcase or pay attention, that is, to the little details and the little things in life or the little things that we need, it can make things, you can have, unsuccessful outcome, we'll say, an unsuccessful outcome or a disappointing outcome. So the little things in life matter. Everything has a concern. Example, taking a train to New York City for the first time. If you live in Philadelphia, and sometimes some people are afraid of that. And so what is this concern backed up with? A lot of the times it is backed up with fear, emotions that are dormant and sitting in the lower bodies from trauma, from experiences as a child that we never worked out, or just maybe not being accepted or feeling abandoned and left out can leave you with fear and shame and hiding, and that could make the things that you do in your life have a, feel as though they are small things that need so much of your concern. So the little things are one thing, and everything has a concern is another. But what it boils down to is staying in the present moment, letting go of the fears, and being detail oriented. So having detail in your thinking, looking at things from four corners rather than two corners, opening up to the bigger picture, having that wide scope, folks, covering all angles and all circular of the brain that needs the exercise of tapping into the parts of the body where chaos lives. Chaos needs to come alive because through chaos we become centered. So it's about really being centered, and it's about focusing on the awareness, staying aware. And I know awareness can be tough for some people. Awareness is something that you work toward over time. You read things, you take courses, you hear what people say. Attention, intention. We have to go to the place of attention. And this detail-oriented thing is so important for everything. I mean, if you send someone out to get you a sandwich and you tell them you want mayo and peppers and lettuce and tomato, and they come back with omitting one of those things that were so important to you, like the onions or something, and then you're having a disappointment, you're not liking the sandwich, you're angry. So what did that do? Because that person did not pay attention. We must pay attention with the whole body, because it is the whole body that hears, not the ears. The ears don't hear. It is your whole body. You see with your whole body. So let me give you a few little things here. What Anton Chekhov said, he was an acting professor or teacher. He wrote plays. He was a playwright. I did some of his plays in my acting classes in Los Angeles. Any idiot can face a crisis. It's this day-to-day living that wears you out. In the same vein, anyone can produce big romantic gestures, but it is in the everyday that their sensitivity or lack of it is revealed most. It is in these circumstances where love thrives most wonderfully. So what he means by that is that you can have the crises, when the crisis comes, if you're not prepared, or if you're studying acting, say, when preparation meets opportunity is a popular saying in acting classes. If you're not prepared, which is the little things, working on the characters, working on stimulating and exercising the emotions, so that when the opportunity comes for that movie part, you're ready because you did what we call the little things, and you were detail-oriented. So the little things day to day can wear you down, but we are in a constant work of progress building up to this, what we call the success of life. The success of life is what it's all about. The little things matter. Saying thank you, appreciating someone, thanking your partner for taking the trash out. Or better yet, when you take the trash out, you make sure it's detailed. There's a clarity within your trash. Some people just throw their trash out there on the pavement, and it's really trash for the street rather than for the proper place. For example, living in the city of Philadelphia, where I am now, I notice a lot of people, they carry their doggy bags, and it's wonderful. And they pick up after the dog in the little bag, and they flip it around. And then next thing you know it, when no one is looking, that bag gets, flipped to the street. And then cars drive over that. And of course, the bag gets smashed, and it opens up, and it creates a lot of dirt and dis-ease in the streets, in the environment we're living in. So this is a little thing, but it takes time. Yes, it's annoying to have to pick up after your dog, and it takes effort and detail, and it takes pride to take that and bring it into your home trash can or your yard or somewhere where you can collect that and put it out properly when the trash man comes. So this detail-oriented comes from rushing around, having anxiety. People that don't care or that are unhappy, or they're just not, they don't have a sense of clarity about them. So what seems small to you may seem huge to someone else. Like the dog thing seems huge to me. I walk outside and I see these doggy bags and the cars driving over them. It is just huge to me. It is a little thing, but it is big. I know we love the dogs and people love their dogs, but we must pay attention. Awareness, presence, folks. Being around negative people is really, it's a little thing that matters, and it is something that has a concern. But if you are the type that hang around negative people and you're unaware that your energy is being snapped, or they are a vampire, or they don't support the good victories in your life, the little victories that you do, like when you get a new girlfriend or boyfriend, or when you succeed in something, or where you want to travel to around the world. They put it down. They constantly put that lid on you. And you still stay friends with them. So you can still be friends with these negative people, but what you need to do is create that boundary. And only, again, be around people that celebrate you rather than tolerate you. And if people are not supporting the endeavors that you do, the things that you take on in life, whatever it is, you need to have that boundary, draw that line, or dismiss them from your life completely. And I'm serious, because that may seem like a little thing to someone, but it is certainly a big thing, because it can ruin your life. It can have an effect on your career. It can have an effect on your love life, your relationships. it can totally tear you apart. It's dangerous. Negative people are dangerous. Keeping the TV on at night and falling asleep. Well, is that a little thing, or that matters, or is it a concern? Of course it is. Look at all that digital energy that you're taking in while you're sleeping, and it's working your brain. So it's creating all this head chatter while you sleep. It is a concern because it's energy coming. It's electrical energy coming from the television while you're getting into a restful, meditative sleep mode. So is it a little thing? For some people, it's a little thing leaving the television on. For me, at one time it was. But now I consider it huge. I don't want that TV on at night. I don't want to know that that energy is feeding into my cellular body while I'm sleeping and wanting to become more youthful, more productive, more detailed, more alive. So that in itself is something to look at. Make a list of all the little things that bother you about your partner, getting into the romantic and the partner thing, the significant other. Make that list, what bothers you about them, the little things that bother you about your husband, your significant other or wife. Make the list, and they're the things that you want to work on. Not the big things like, hey, when are we getting a new car? Or, hey, I need a bigger house than this. Even though this is a $5 million house, I need a $10 million house. Well, you know what, folks? It's the little things that are going to get you the big things. And the little things are going to make your heart happy. Wearing a mask. Okay, this is either a big or a little thing. Wearing a mask forever is a big thing. But wearing a mask during the time, the height of the COVID assault on the world, is really something that may have been, it's just a little thing. That's all they were asking us to do, was wear a mask so that we can protect ourselves and others. But some people did not feel that that was a little thing. They felt it was a big thing. I felt it was just a little bit of an asking that the government and the administrative people of running the country asked us to do. But now, I don't know what I think about this mask thing. I think it's turning into, a little thing is turning into something big, but big that we don't accept. That's unacceptable. Keep chopping, folks out there. Keep moving along. So the mask thing was a little thing. So we'll give it that. And it did have a concern. The concern was our health, our long-term health. And even the vaccine, that's a little thing, but for some people, that's a big thing. For me, that's a big thing. I mean, thinking about a vaccine, being a go green type, and all of that. Now, your self-worth is not determined by your accomplishments. So some little things seem so unimportant because they don't give a sense of accomplishment. So to some people, little things seem so unimportant because there's no accomplishment at the end, like you're in the Olympics, but you just want to win the big medal. But so your self-worth is not determined by accomplishments. It is determined by all of the things, the journey, the trajectory that you take leading up to that moment. And it is each and every second of awareness, even the love in between that you're sharing with other people, your kindness that you're exchanging with others, and your love, whether it be, your children, your family, your friends. All of that is what leads up to, say, an Olympic gold medal, because it is those little detailed things that keep us so connected to our goals. You're listening to Discover Joyous Love. I'm your host, Anita DeFrancesco. And let's breathe, folks. Take a breath right now. Yes. What makes the big accomplishments manifest are the little steps that you take along the way. It's like a child, They have to take little steps. They first crawl and then they walk. They drink out of a bottle, and next thing you know it, they're drinking out of a cup. Speaking of having a glass of water, this little concern of having this water right now is going to energize me, give me more vitality to present this topic here for you, to do my work, and to keep me cool, because it is really, really hot these days here in the summer of August of 2021. Now, so it's these steps that we take. It's the same thing like people in addictions that go to addictions. You know, they take steps like the 12-step program. It's a wonderful thing. And everything that we do is always a step. So it's the little things. We need to begin. We need to begin, folks. Picking up your doggy bag. Taking your doggy bag in the house is where you begin. You begin to find the love that exists there for you in this world. Taking out time to love and enjoy is a little thing. Some people neglect themselves, love, sex, pleasure. But these little things make big things. They make you more successful, more like I'm ready to get a massage tomorrow or the next day because that's going to revive me for the next month. And I need to have that. That's a little thing. But to me, getting that massage is really like my big thing rather than like having, $1 million house. My big things. So I kind of prioritize my little things to be my big things. And you know what? Then I don't have any expectations to become rich or looking for the money out there, right? So all my little victories and all my little things are my big things. Washing dishes can be annoying, but this little chore, put dinner on the table for a family, for children to grow without that dinner, without the food, without the dishes, without someone washing them. Think about it. Feeding the child, washing the dishes. That child can grow up to be a president one day or own a big company. So it is these little steps that we take to success. I love it, folks. I love it. Everything has a concern. The little things in life. Do sweat, honey. Do sweat, dear people out there. The little things. Because they do matter. Life's small treasures and how to honor them. Thanking people, complimenting people, or little things. Someone says something to you, or maybe you just compliment someone because it is the thing to do. It is a beautiful gesture to extend a little bit of the love that you have toward the goodness in life. By validating someone, it encourages a good deed further. So validating others encourages good deeds in a further sense. Appreciation can go a long, long way, expressing and acknowledging the self and others. So again, these small little things can validate and encourage a good deed forever. Furthering it, heightening it, keeping it alive. Maintaining the here and now in the presence. As Eckhart Tolle would say, it is the present moment that is the moment. The now, the here and now. Being present for others, not being present for other people is very abusive. If you sleep around them a lot, that is abusive because you're not being present. You're being selfish. If you are away with someone and most of the time you're sleeping, this can be very abusive because you're not being present with them. One of the most detailed things out there is to be present with your partner or anyone, staying connected to them. If someone is talking and you're texting, you're not being present for them. That is rude, ignorant, and to me, it is abusive. It's dismissive. Another little thing is that most of us seem to forget is being thankful for the great family that we were born into, being thankful for life, that you were born into life, that you were gifted a life. Now, this is such a little thing, but it is a big thing. But you have to work it. And it's not going to be easy. No one ever said it would be easy. But detail. I want to see detail with people out there, my students. I need your mind to open up to detail-oriented thinking. When you start to wonder about the mundane things in life, this is not a good way to start your life. when you start to wonder about the mundane things, it's all thinking about leaving a legacy. If you focus on doing better, you will make a big difference. And the things that you assume are little really aren't. So if you focus on doing better, this will make the biggest difference in the world. It's just focusing on doing better. And that is a little thing, but it can turn into something that is much more productive, much more successful, and much more concrete. Little things matter. And romance. How much appreciation can you show your partner this week? Take a moment this time and this week, if you're involved in a relationship, and find 10 things to appreciate about your partner and express that verbally. I appreciate that you came home early from work. I appreciate that you took the trash out. I appreciate that you're here with me watching this movie. You're being present with me. The concern of the little things supporting the big thing. So the concerns of all of the little things, they support the big thing. If you really want that big $1 million house, you have to do all these little things. First of all, you need love and affection, and you need to be taken care of in an emotional way. Because it's the emotions, the healthy emotions that help us reach success in whatever it is that you're seeking. I mean, if you're stuck in your energy and you're resistant and you're dark and you're hanging with negative people and you're not cleansing the body, you're not recycling and you're not exercising, then there's going to be that null that comes in that will be that split, which prevents you from moving to the next level. And so all of these things that that support the big thing, our emotions are one, your actions are another, your thoughts. If you think negative, you manifest negative. Thinking positive helps one to attract better people. So, if you learn to think positive, I know it's tough out there, folks, this negative world we're in, right? But for a moment, I want you to open up your heart. And I want you to start to think positive, that everything is great, even if it isn't, even if your life is in the dumps, everything is great. And you will see how a shift will happen for you. You will be shifted into that next section of your life. That's a big detail right there to help you get to the bigger things in life. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Discover Joyous Love, Mondays with Anita, DeFrancesco, and the topic today is the little things matter. Everything has a concern. Your health. Now, look, I go to the gym every day because that's a little thing, right? And it's important because I want to have good health the rest of my life. I eat good foods because I think about the future. But I'm not thinking about the future. I'm thinking about the long-term effects that my body will experience and how I can save myself. So going to the gym every day, paying attention to my body, paying attention to what I eat, paying attention to the energy and vibrations that come through me from people around me that I surround myself with, the environment, the people that are negative, creating those healthy boundaries. All of this is small, but it takes a lot of work. So I don't have the big crises. And the big crisis is positive instead of negative one day, which means that I will grow into being something or living longer but healthier. How you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. Little things involved, detail-oriented thinking. I've been speaking of that all along here. How often do we disregard things as unimportant, such as the trash, etc., etc., coffee cup, not washing your coffee cup in the morning, or leaving it sit outside the dishwasher. Now, it's such a little thing to put it in the dishwasher, right? But if you put it in the dishwasher, it shows that you have this sense of clarity, this sense of envisionment to produce better, become more thoughtful toward people. Sometimes it takes objects, like putting your coffee cup in the dishwasher, to become more thoughtful toward people. It's no big deal when you're late, but it is a big deal. Now, if you're going to be late for a dinner date or a class or something, it's really your responsibility to reach out to, say, your teacher. Say, hey, I'm going to be late. It is such an honest, authentic response to reach out to someone and say, I'm going to be late. Instead, people just show up late. They don't care because it's considered like a little thing and it doesn't matter. The dinner will wait or the classroom will function without me. You know, I used to take my dance classes in LA and with my teacher there, and she was a very great teacher, and I used to go every week, twice a week. And when I was late, I would always make a phone call and say, hey, I'm going to be 15 minutes late. And she would say, you're one of my only responsible students that makes the phone call and says that they're going to be late. And so I thought that was really like an acknowledgement, a validation of my detail, my efforts, my concern, that little thing, that little phone call made such a difference to her, to the class, and to myself. And then the validation that I received was even better. It went so much further in my life. Now, anytime I'm late, I'll just do a text or make a phone call and I say, I'm going to be late. And it is just one of the best feelings. And I would like people to do that for me too. Values, they apply to little things. Because if you don't have values, how will you get your business off of the ground? Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart, says Winnie the Pooh. Sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart, Winnie the Pooh. And you know, loving someone and wanting the best for them, preparing a gift like a Valentine's gift, going out of your way and filling the bag up with little goodies, or even a Christmas gift, and you fill that stocking, and you're so into the detail of it, the little things. You're not buying big expensive gifts, but these little things, they really, really amount to a lot, and these take up the most room in your heart. Winnie the Pooh. The small things make up the big things. So everyday chores, cleaning, packing, studying, everything that you do from the time you wake up, taking a shower, turning your computer on, brushing your hair, brushing my hair at night. It's such an annoyance before I go to bed that I have all this hair and I have to brush it. So at night, I brush it, but it's like I want to be lazy and not do it, and I want to just, go to bed because it's annoying. It's like a job, a chore, but I do it because my hair stays so good for the bigger picture, the longer lasting. So for my age, it's really staying good because I brush it at night. That little thing that I do makes a big difference in life, folks. The little things you do make a big difference. The steps we take. Awareness without interference of thinking. So what is detail-oriented thinking, or the little things matter, or everything has a concern? Awareness without interference of thinking. Oh, how about that one? The present moment is overlooked because we're looking for something more significant. Folks, wake up to reality. Stay in this present moment. It's beautiful right now, right here and now. Are you looking for something bigger, something more significant? Really now. If you stay in the present moment, it will show up. The sense of lack and insufficiency enhance the sense of the self. One more thing I wanted to say on this topic. Fast food versus gourmet food. Going out to eat fast food is not detail. It's fast, but sometimes it may not be as healthy as preparing a meal, potato, meat, vegetable. Instead, you go get a hamburger somewhere. So think about the long-term effects that this could have on children and yourself and your body. If you continually, live your life in a fast food lane or a fast lane versus a patience lane, or a lane like fast food versus gourmet food. But what you want to do is find the balance there, okay? And once you find the balance, you will see that you will be building a stronger self, a healthier self, a more vibrant, blissful person, human being, a whole human being. You will be relieved of your splits. And you'll have better sex, folks. And on that note, I'm going to leave you. I've been your host, Anita DeFrancesco. You've been listening to Discover Joyous Love on Mondays with Anita, and the topic today is The Little Things Matter. Everything has a concern.